had a minor celebration yesterday because I actually completed my income tax and sent it in. So yay me. I got some adulting done. So I worked on a variety of projects and I thought I'd show you a little bit about what I did. I'm having fun figuring out how to share my screen with you. Okay, so I think this might do it. Yes. So I wrote a song about AI a little while ago, and it's been sitting on the back burner, and for some reason it came into my mind yesterday. So I thought I'd ask GPT, since it has image generating ability, to see what we could come up with. I picture the song as being a jazz number, kind of like a Broadway musical. I asked for a gentleman in tap shoes and top hat, etc., standing on a stage, and this is the first image I got, which is not really what I wanted, but it was a beginning. I was then able to get GPT to give me this, which is a little bit more what I wanted, although it's in profile and not face forward. And then finally, I was able to get this image, which is exactly what I wanted. I then asked GPT to place 2 female dancers on the stage with the gentleman, one on each side, each holding a sign saying AI. This is what I got, but it's not really what I wanted it to look like. I think the dancers look very mundane, and I don't like the smiles, the expressions on the face. So we went through several iterations, as we always do with AI. Next one was this. Not very good at all. I asked for no smiles, and this is the expression I got. This is better, a little bit better. Still not quite what I wanted. Same thing, not really what I wanted. So I actually went to Midjourney and I asked for it to create a couple of pictures of dancers with flowing skirts. So I got these 2, which I tried to then use as a prompt for GPT. But as you can see, that really didn't work very well at all. But I eventually got what I wanted. And here it is. The sign's not exactly what I would like, but I think the feel of what's happening on stage is much better. And that's where I ended. So there's much, much more to work on. I have absolutely no idea, even if I do get the images that I want, whether I'd be able to animate them. But we'll see. It's always fun to try. The other thing I talked about in my last video was redoing my Stoic channel. I had renamed it and revamped it a little bit. And then I decided that it didn't quite work. I needed to find something that was a better balance. It had originally been turning up the tranquility, which was a nice name, but I'm not sure if it really transmitted what I wanted to do. So I had come up with Walking with the Stoics, which also is nice, but maybe doesn't quite make it clear what we're going to be talking about. So I finally came up with Seneca's Strength, the Stoic Way, because I think that really transmits what I'm going to be talking about on the channel. So I redid the artwork again, and now we're ready to go ahead and continue uploading shorts as I'm able to create them. I have a way of doing the shorts. I want them to be as much me as possible, so I write the scripts, I do the voiceover, I do generate the images, and then I put that all together in CapCut. If I do use music in these shorts, then I try to keep it at a very, very low volume because nothing is more annoying than trying to hear a voiceover and the music is too powerful. So I'm very aware of that. So I'm happy with the new page. Seneca's Strength, the Stoic Way, Step into Stillness, Discover Strength through the timeless teachings of Stoic philosophy. I really like the new branding for the channel. One of the things I showed in my last video was the animated shorts that I've been working on. It occurred to me after watching some videos on niching down and things like that, that perhaps I should create a channel just for some of these animated shorts. They're really for the young at heart. And perhaps Earth Dreams, which is my creative channel, isn't quite tailored to that. So I decided to create a new channel for them. And of course, whenever I'm doing something like that, it's not just a minute's work. I had to come up with various different names, search them out, see whether or not they were being used, and believe me, I found idea after idea was already used. One of the things I'm working on is a science fiction style story about dogs on a spaceship called the USS Barclay. And we all know from watching things like Star Trek that there is a captain's log. I thought, why don't I call it something like a logbook instead of a tale or yarns or stories? So this is what I came up with. The mascot here for the channel is a little dog called Cottonwood, and he belongs to a family of Sasquatch who live on the west coast of Vancouver Island. That will be the first video that I upload to the channel as well. Feel like now's the time to take another look at it and tighten up anything that needs to be tightened up before it gets launched on the new channel. Whenever I'm working on something like that, I've got a whole bunch of things that I'm usually doing and a bunch of different tools that I'm typically using, like Canva to create thumbnails and banners, GPT to ask questions about how things should work and how and what SEO descriptions should be used, and my Google Drive to write down ideas and brainstorm scripts. I will use either Zoom or my phone to record voiceovers. If I need another voice, and sometimes I will go to a place like 11 Labs or Vision Story, it just depends. So the other thing I did yesterday is I heard that Kling AI was very good at lip syncing for cartoon characters. So I thought I would test it out. And I used one of my images from Ms. P or Ms. Peabody, the model cat, to see how Kling did. And I was actually very impressed with the animation. But when it came to lip syncing, it kept giving me the same error message that there was not enough of the face on screen for it to be able to animate it, which seemed very strange to me because she's looking straight ahead in the initial image. She's looking straight ahead for almost the whole thing. So I thought perhaps it was having a problem sort of really reading her face because she's a black cat. So I had it animate her. So I just said, she stops to speak to the audience. And then I got an animation with her mouth moving. And I thought that would help when I went to lip sync because her mouth would already be moving. And then that would telegraph to Kling AI that it's possible to animate this mouth. Didn't work. So I gave up on that. But That was one of the things I worked on. So sometimes there's frustration, and sometimes there's success, and sometimes there's ideas for tomorrow. Well, that's a glimpse into the world of today. See you next time.